This is another Columbia client machine. And as I've mentioned in some of the other videos, Columbia was a company that built machines for other companies, put their name on it, but it was really a Columbia machine. As you can probably tell by looking at this is a Columbia Q, but marketed as a Busy Bee phonograph. This is a Columbia Q, but it's a bit of an unusual one. It's got an extra aftermarket base on it, and it's the very earlier one with the lighter metal nickel-plated base as opposed to the black one. If I had a regular Q here, it would look basically the same as this one. This is a nice machine. Busy Bee was a company that was founded in 1904, and there are 3 people that founded it. One of the main people was James O'Neill, who had a long history in the phonograph business. The other founders were Winifred James and Sherwin Bisbee. And I think that's where they got the name from his name, Bisbee. They called it the Busy Bee. And they marketed their own style cylinders. And the cylinders are a little different than regular cylinders. I mean, it looks the same as a Columbia cylinder. But what they did was they had Columbia build this mandrel a little bit bigger. So if you owned this machine, you were sort of obligated to buy Busy Bee cylinders because the Columbia cylinder wouldn't actually fit on the mandrel. The mandrel was quite a bit bigger. So why did they do this? Well, they really were a record company. Selling machines, they sold these machines as giveaways. If you bought a number of the cylinders, you got the machine for free. Or maybe it was a direct mail order kind of thing. So they did both of those. And the idea was you had to buy their records if you were going to play this machine. And so it was a marketing ploy. And they also did this for disc machines. In around, I believe it was 1906, they introduced Busy Bee disc machines. And they weren't built by Columbia, they were built by Hawthorne and Shebley. But Hawthorne and Shebley got into patent problems with Columbia. And in the end, it was probably Columbia that was building the Busy Bee machines. So this is one of their cylinders, and you can see, yeah, it's a little bit larger and it fits on the mandrel better. This one's shrunk a little bit over the years, and so it doesn't fit on the mandrel so well. And it's quite cold in this room, which may have shrunk it a little bit more. But it's basically a Q. So I'm going to bring you in closer to take a look at this machine, and then we'll play a cylinder on it. Here's one of the Busy Bee boxes. They're really quite nice. Something that looks good on a shelf for sure. And then if you look at the cylinders, they're really Columbia cylinders, just a slightly bigger size. This one's got quite a bit of mold on it, so I don't know how well it's going to play, but let's give it a try. Oh, actually, let's take a look at the machine first. Take this off. Okay. There's the decal, or decal. And as I said, it's really just like a Columbia Q. I'm sure when it was new, it sounded quite a bit better. The problem was the cylinder's quite moldy, but it's still an interesting looking machine with a nicer decal than the regular Columbia one. Pretty early machine from about 1904, 1905.